Hello, my name's Julianne and I wrote The Secret Library of Hummingbird House. It's a contemporary book with a time-slip twist set here in Melbourne in Brunswick, and it's about Hattie. She's almost 11 and she's really stressed. So she's stressed because her parents have split up. She calls it the big split. And she has to go a week with her mum and a week with her dad. She calls that weekabout. And she finds it really hard and she doesn't know how to tell her parents that. And her little sister Ivy is throwing big tantrums, and at school there's heaps of rules and it's really stressful at school as well. And there's a girl called Taylor Delabella who isn't very nice to her. So Hattie is stressed, and then she finds out that her favourite place in all of Melbourne, which is Hummingbird House, which has the best mulberry tree in the city, which sometimes grows lollies, is going to be demolished to make way for apartments. Now, this tips Hattie over the edge. She's got to do something to change that. So late one night when she's investigating the house under a big full moon, she slips in time. So I am going to read you the first chapter. Now, there's lots of libraries in this book, and I work in a library and I love libraries and I love books. So the first chapter of my first book is called Library, which I think makes a lot of sense. Now, the book is written in Hattie's voice, and like I said, she's stressed and she talks really fast. So I'll just need to take a big deep breath before I read any of the book. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Chapter 1, Library. I'm in the library. I should be happy. Libraries are great. Free books, shelves of them to explore, many good places to hide from Taylor Delabella. So yeah, I should love the library. But the truth is that Freedom Valley Primary School Library is one of the most stressful places on the planet, apart from sitting next to Taylor Delabella on a bus to a school camp where you are also sharing her cabin. The library stresses me out because it is part of Freedom Valley Primary School. Our principal, the enforcer, you're right, not her real name. Her real name is Miss Anthrop. The enforcer just loves rules. The enforcer can even make rules about rules. In fact, rule number 1 is do not break the rules. So yeah, it goes without saying that the library has a million rules, and not just the usual library rules. You probably know them. Do not return a book late. Do not damage books in any way, shape or form. Do not bring drinks into the library. Do not scribble in books, even if you're really good at drawing and you use your very best texters. Do not eat in the library, and that includes cough lozenges, even when you have a bad cough. And the only way to stay silent in silent reading and not have a coughing fit is to suck on a cough lolly. Some of these rules I have learned the hard way. The Freedom Valley Primary School Library also has some specific rules. Do not highlight words on a page to make rude messages. Do not cut out pictures from a book, no matter how much you love them, and even if they are pictures of Sailor Moon, your favourite character in the whole universe and Negiverse. Do not stand on a pile of books to reach a high shelf. Do not pick your nose and wipe your booger on the page, a new rule that was made last year when Melody McMillan arrived at the school. Do not pick your nose and wipe it on the carpet or the chair or the table or the shelf or the whiteboard. A rule that quickly followed. Do not lick books. Still looking at you, Melody McMillan. Do not sniff books, which is a shame because I secretly love smelling books. This rule can be broken on the sly, or, to use a vocabulary word from last month, surreptitiously. Do not read books in a bath. Do not read books up a tree. Do not let your dog read a book, even if you think he will like it. Do not sing in the library, even the Sailor Moon theme song, even when that is your most favourite song in the whole universe and Negiverse, and not even Happy Birthday, even when it's your best friend's birthday. Some of these rules I have learned the hard way. I'm looking at the list of rules on the wall. Next to it is a long list of vocabulary words that Miss Guide, our new librarian, has put there because Miss Guide loves lists and words, and all librarians love rules. So I bet the list of rules is her absolute favourite list of all time. I'm here at recess because Miss Guide insisted that I be the library helper today. It's making me feel a bit on edge, or to use a vocabulary word from the top of the list, apprehensive. Miss Guide has only been at Freedom Valley Primary School for one term, but anyone who chooses to work for the Enforcer is probably here to help her feast on our souls. "Ah, Hattie, here you are," says Miss Guide. I jump. I open my mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. Miss Guide has straight hair that falls to each side of her face like curtains. She always dresses in black, which seems to highlight her very large, intense, dark eyes, which are staring straight at me. "What's wrong, Hattie? Cat got your tongue?" I nod. I can't help but relax a bit. It's a saying that my nan uses. "I'm so pleased you could come and help. Let's start with moving these. I hear you're very good at heavy lifting." This is true. I am. She shows me a pile of books on her desk. I load them up into my arms. "Just come this way," she says, and starts walking towards the back of the room. I peer out from behind the pile of books in front of my face. Oh my God, I think she's taking me into a cupboard. "Come in," she says, "I won't bite." Does this mean that she could bite me, but won't? Note to self, must check Miss Guide has reflection and is not truly a vampire. She unlocks a door and I follow her with some, to use a vocabulary word from last month, trepidation. But it's not a cupboard. It's a room. It's small and cosy, lit by 2 green golden glowing desk lamps on a large wooden table where piles and piles of old books are stacked next to various brushes, glues and tapes. "What are all these books?" I ask. "Oh, they are damaged or discarded. I repair them. This is my bookbinding tape and I have special glues and even string to sew some pages." I place the books I am carrying in a pile on the floor. "I hate throwing things away," she says. "Just because something is broken or old doesn't mean you just forget it. Things can so often be fixed." Lying open on the desk are several books about the moon. I gasp. The moon is my special interest subject. I love how the moon spins but always shows us the same face, bright and calm. "Have a look at this, Hattie." Behind me is a large glass cabinet. Inside is a scale model of the Earth, Sun and Moon moving and spinning before my eyes. It's called an orrery. Do you like it? Here is the moon orbiting the Earth and the Earth orbiting the Sun. It's accurate to where they are right now, today, this minute, this second. I watch and I am, to use a vocabulary word, mesmerised. "Did you know that it's a special moon this week?" Miss Guide moves closer to the model and points. "It's a supermoon because the moon is at perigee, which means it is closest to the Earth. This is the second full month we've had in April, so it's a blue moon. And it's a blood moon because on Thursday night there will be an eclipse. The moon, the Earth and the Sun will all align and turn the moon red. A triple moon event like this only happens, say, twice in a lifetime." I watch the model turn. Of course, I already knew about the upcoming special moon. I'm thinking this could be it. You see, Usagi was just a normal, clumsy, food-loving schoolgirl like me until a talking cat revealed that she really was Sailor Moon, champion of justice. Then she was joined by a group of schoolgirls who all turned out to be special sailor guardians. Sailor Moon is my favourite show in all time and space. Triple moon power? Surely, if there is going to be magic, this week will be the week. My hand goes to my Sailor Moon necklace, which Nan gave me for Christmas. Wearing it is breaking the Enforcer's rule number 24, so I quickly tuck it under my jumper and hope Miss Guy didn't see. "Here, Hattie, It's your turn to have The Golden Astrolabe by Patty Maloof. I turn and look at the book she is holding out to me, and I can't help but give a double fist pump and dance on the spot. I have been waiting for months to get my hands on this book. All the grade 5/6s are crazy about it. I thought the library didn't have any copies left, I say, after the great book-tearing incident of last year. It really is amazing how quickly small hands can tear a book into a pile of confetti. Yes, I heard about that, said Miss Guide, but I have a new copy. That's why I asked you to be the monitor today, to avoid any book fights. Now make sure you put it straight in your school bag before any of the other students see. I hug it to my chest and even manage to lower my head and sniff in the goodness, hoping Miss Guide hasn't noticed. The bell rings. As I rush to leave, I hear Miss Guide humming. I guess technically she isn't singing in the library, is she? So that's the first chapter, and it introduces Hattie here, and here's the moon that she's so interested in, and it's a supermoon, and there's a little bit of magic. Can you see the book sparkling? Coming up in the other chapters, and some mysteries to solve and an adventure. So I hope you enjoyed the first chapter of The Secret Library of Hummingbird House, and I hope you have a great day.